What if the Force itself had secrets the Jedi and Sith never uncovered? What if hidden across the galaxy are lost codices, ancient truths buried so deeply that discovering them could shatter everything we thought we knew? Tonight, we're unlocking 20 Force revelations, mysteries so vast, so dangerous, that they could change the destiny of the galaxy itself. Sit back, close your eyes, and let's journey into the forgotten truths of the Force. Theory 1. The Force has a memory. The Jedi taught that the Force flows through all living things. But what if it also remembers them? Some ancient texts suggest the Force carries echoes of every soul that has ever lived. Like a vast ocean holding whispers of every drop, the Force might store experiences, voices, and choices in its current. This would explain why some Jedi feel visions in places heavy with history, like Dagobah's cave or the ruins of Malachor. These aren't just Force illusions, they're memories of the galaxy itself, replaying through time. Theory 2. The Lost Codex of Mortis on Mortis. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka encountered the father, son, and daughter, avatars of balance, darkness, and light. But what if what they saw was only one chapter? Legends whisper of a Mortis Codex, a star map-sized artifact said to contain the original laws of the Force. If it exists, it may reveal that the Jedi and Sith orders were nothing more than flawed interpretations of a truth too large for mortals to hold. Theory 3. Jedi temples were cosmic engines across the galaxy. Jedi temples were built on points of extreme Force energy. But what if they weren't just places of worship? Archaeological scans suggest their designs mirror planetary ley lines, natural currents of energy. Some scholars believe these temples acted as cosmic engines, balancing the galaxy's energy flow like acupuncture needles across the body of the Force. If one temple falls, the balance tilts, explaining the waves of darkness and instability whenever sacred sites were destroyed. Theory 4. The Sith knew the true name of the Force. While the Jedi called it the Force, Sith rituals speak of an older, forbidden name. Some records from Darth Bane's era describe a word so ancient that, simply speaking, it could cause visions, madness, or unnatural power. Perhaps this true name isn't a word at all, but a resonance, a frequency that harmonizes with the galaxy's core, a sound so primal it connects flesh and spirit directly to creation itself. Theory 5. The Force Ghost Illusion. We think of Force ghosts as the Jedi's ultimate gift, eternal survival after death. But what if it's not immortality at all? Some theories argue that Force ghosts aren't truly the individuals we knew, but echoes programs written by the Force using their memories. When Obi-Wan or Yoda appear, perhaps they're not choosing to, but the Force is replaying their essence as needed, like a holocron of the soul. Theory 6. The hidden balance between machines and the Force. The galaxy believes machines and the Force are separate, but what if they've always been connected? Droids, hyperspace travel, and even lightsabers might tap into patterns of the Force without us realizing. Some Jedi engineers believe that technology itself evolves because of the Force, guiding civilizations toward the stars, the same way it guides life to grow. Theory 7. The unseen children of the Force. We know about Anakin, the chosen one born of the Force. But what if he wasn't the only one? Ancient Jedi scrolls from Ossus suggest there were others born without fathers, scattered across the galaxy over millennia. Each a spark of the cosmic will, each destined to rise in times of imbalance. Perhaps Rey, perhaps others yet unborn, are echoes of this same pattern, the galaxy birthing its own guardians when needed. Theory 8. Force storms are conscious. When Palpatine conjured storms across space, most thought it was just his rage unleashed. But what if those storms weren't mindless? A few Jedi texts claim that Force storms have awareness. They don't simply destroy. They choose targets, as if guided by the will of the Force itself, not the Sith who summoned them. A terrifying thought, that the galaxy itself might unleash weather as judgment. Theory 9. The chain worlds of the Force. Some ancient murals on Ahch-To suggest worlds aren't isolated, they're connected by invisible Force bridges. Ezra's world between worlds may have been just one doorway in a vast network of chain worlds, each connected by hidden gateways. Traveling them isn't just moving through space, but through time, destiny, and fate itself. Theory 10. The Great Forgetting. The Jedi archives contain millions of records, but some scholars argue they are too clean. What if history itself was edited? Perhaps an ancient council of Jedi deliberately erased entire epochs of knowledge, truths about Mortis, the true origins of the Sith, or even contact with extragalactic civilizations. If true, what we think of as the Jedi way may be built on selective memory. Theory 11. The Force is a living organism. Yoda once said the Force is in all living things. But what if the Force itself is alive? Imagine the entire galaxy connected as a single organism. Stars as neurons, planets as cells, beings as thoughts. Our lives, our choices would be impulses in the mind of something too vast to comprehend. If true, then every Jedi meditation, every Sith ritual, isn't just communion with energy. It's dialogue with a living consciousness that spans eternity. Theory 12. The light side and dark side are just shadows. We're taught to see the Force as divided, light and dark. But some ancient codices suggest that both are illusions. Like the two faces of a coin, they're only reflections of something greater. The infinite Force, a state beyond duality. Perhaps Jedi and Sith alike are trapped in shadows, while the true essence of the Force remains veiled, waiting for someone who can finally see past the division. Theory 13. Sith alchemy breached. Another galaxy, the Sith were masters of manipulating life and bending matter. But what if their greatest rituals didn't just warp flesh, but pierce the veil of galaxies themselves? Some legends claim Sith sorcerers once opened rifts to other universes, glimpsing alien stars beyond known space. Maybe the Yuuzhan Vong, the strange extragalactic invaders of legend, weren't travelers by chance, but intruders lured in by Sith experiments long forgotten. Theory 14. The dagger of Mortis was only one key. We know of the Mortis dagger, the blade that could kill gods of the Force. But what if it was only one of many? Whispers speak of the 13 keys, ancient artifacts hidden across the galaxy, each capable of reshaping the laws of existence itself. If even one resurfaced, it could grant its wielder power beyond Jedi or Sith, power to rewrite destiny. Theory 15. Midichlorians are not the source, but the messengers. The Jedi believed midichlorians connected us to the Force. But what if they aren't the origin, just the messengers? Think of them as tiny translators, receiving signals from the Force like antennae. The true current flows beyond biology, and midichlorians are merely the interpreters of infinity. This means the Force doesn't need life to exist. It simply chooses to sing through it. Theory 16. The Jedi purges were foreseen by the Force itself. It's easy to see the fall of the Jedi as a tragedy of politics and betrayal. But what if the Force itself willed it? Some prophecies suggest that the Jedi Order had grown stagnant, blind to its own corruption. The purge wasn't Palpatine's plan alone. It was the Force cleansing its own imbalance, destroying an order that had lost its way to prepare for renewal. Theory 17. Hyperspace is a Force dimension. Starships jump through hyperspace as if it's just another layer of physics. But what if hyperspace is actually a Force-made pathway? Ancient Jedi navigators described hyperspace as singing currents. It may not be natural at all, but a dimension created by the Force to guide civilizations to one another, ensuring no world remained isolated forever. Technology may have discovered it, but the Force may have made it. Theory 18. The dark side can feed on fear across time. The Sith thrive on fear, anger, and hatred. But what if that hunger isn't limited to the present moment? Some dark texts suggest the dark side can feed across centuries, drinking from wars long past or terrors yet to come. When great empires fall, their fear doesn't vanish. It lingers, nourishing the shadows. Perhaps Palpatine's rise was fueled not just by his own evil, but by a feast of forgotten fears echoing through time. Theory 19. The galaxy itself is a giant Force nexus. We think of Force nexuses as rare, Dagobah, Mortis, Ahch-To. But what if the entire galaxy is one vast nexus? Every star, every nebula, every pulse of life, strands of one cosmic web. The Force doesn't flow through the galaxy. The galaxy is the Force. That would mean stepping outside the galaxy, as some explorers have tried, is not just leaving home, but leaving the living soul of existence. Theory 20. The Force is still evolving. Most believe the Force is eternal, unchanging. But what if it's not? What if the Force itself is still growing, learning, adapting? Each generation of Jedi, Sith, and ordinary beings doesn't just draw from it. They shape it, leaving ripples that alter its very nature. The Force we know today may not be the same Force that guided the first Jedi. And the Force of tomorrow may become something even greater, stranger, and more alive than we can possibly imagine. Ending. The unwritten future. So what is the truth of the Force? Is it memory or destiny? Shadow or light? Is it a being, a song, or a galaxy dreaming of itself? Maybe the Jedi were right, and maybe the Sith were too. But the real secret is this: the Force is not done telling its story. And perhaps neither are we.